All right. Hotel, Cortac, good side. Over here. So usually I like to have someone lay down behind couches right here. AR goes top, breaks the glass. You can throw a stun or you can just shoot it out. Just jump on top of the glass, pick up double arches, pick up couches. And then I like to have two subs here, run out right here, and you kind of just ego chow the fuck out of single arches. And then when you're running this way, make sure that we're throwing our nades double arches. So the three people run time, chow single arches like this, chow this way. He lays down behind the couches just because it's safer. We chow single arches and we try and flip as soon as possible. We want to push through, get single arch control and reception desk control and get double arches control because we want them spawning in kitchen and cat room. That's the preferable shit. Or spawning bed. Those are preferable spawns to spawn trap from. Some other spawns include um, back here, and like yeah, I think that's actually yeah, those are the main spawns right there. Um, And then on goods, on not good side, on the P2 side, spec grew side, you fuck, you want, I usually have one AR kind of just like throw their nades at this spot area and chow right here. You're gonna expect a chow, just expect a chow from right here, which is what you're waiting for. You're waiting for someone to chow connector right here. You have one person go. You can have one person go double arches and kind of. I like to jump across here and then doing this. You're gonna get naded, but you could win some gunfights here. Pretty important ones if they don't know how to address you. Um, and you have a sub push and chow this area. Usually what I do is I'll have a like me and my sub. I will stun with an AR. I'll stun open these doors and then I'll throw dead nades or wait to throw a Semtex here, and then I'll push through this way, and I'll do a pinch top cat, and then we'll just pinch time together because time's pretty important. Don't worry about spawns. Just focus on getting as much time on every single hill as possible. Don't focus too much on heavy has rotations. Um, do something like that, but it's bad side. We weren't going to want good side, which is Cortac. Cortac is good side on every map except for Albagra. Just remember that. And then P2 is pretty simple. Everyone knows P2 pretty well. I like to have someone lay down right here, AR, pre-aiming single arch. You have a guy reception desk. Absolutely, the reception desk absolutely necessary. Most important spot on the map for the P2 rotations, without a doubt. You can kind of stair glitch or stand or use this as a heady. Doesn't really matter. Right here, hold chandelier rotations. And then I usually with an AR stand, kind of like right here, but you need to have someone back steps right here to block the spawns. I think this also kind of blocks spawns, but this one's more important to block spawns, and you can hold this way. Um, but yeah, either someone's holding up spawn right here or someone is back steps. This is a sub. This can be whatever the fuck it wants to be. This can be whatever they want to be, and this can be an AR or whatever they want to be. A sub or AR doesn't really matter. Those things kind of shred anyway. Um, I like to rotate through chandelier side right here. I think it's just easier. We get a hill time, right? If you know you lost a rotation, just make sure you play for all the time on on whatever hill you're currently at. Because if you know you lost the rotation, just get as much time as you can to create space for you to break the new hill. Um, and basically what we do here is we just need people crossing to the back right here. You just use the dive, you dive to the back, you break it, um, and you'll have someone contest slowly from right here, see if they can get some free picks, right? And then you have people kind of pinch from the back and then flip it that way. And then it's good or bad. One of the main spawns is spawning spawn right here. So if it's the start of the hill, you want to spawn spawn. If it's the end of the hill, you don't want to spawn spawn. You want your opponent to spawn spawn. So if you're like, for example, if you're the only one on hill and if, the good rotations from P2 to P3 would be if you go through chandelier side, going through kitchen. If you're like the last person on hill, you can kind of just stand over here, or over here, um, even right here sometimes, and your opponent will spawn spawn. And you can just kind of you'll expect them to spawn trap with it. I usually stand right here with an AR. I use these pillars to block my spawn area, and I'm pre-aiming steps, and that's a good way to hold the old time. Um, and then yeah, some teams like to rotate this way. I'm not a big fan of rotating that wide. I don't think you need to go that wide. I don't think you need to chow the back because then you can leave the AR kind of unnecessary. Because what teams will do is they'll rotate this way and they'll have someone like play some creddy shit back here, back here, back here or whatever. But if you use these doors to your advantage and use this hill time to your advantage, you rotate through the front this way, right? You have one AR pre-aiming over this way, one laying down, contesting right here. You're pre-aiming the same shit together. You're not going too far. You're just doing exactly what the contest is. You have a trophy down. Your opponent has to wide chow you. to kill you, and you're just being tough to kill right here. It's great to way to contest and break the hill, and you have your subs kind of one dive out this way, straight out of the door, and one chows like wide right here on the heady, and that's how you break the hill, right there. And you kind of hold it that way. A lot of snakes. Make sure you're snaking a hell of a lot of times. Um, and then for the hold, the rotation, you're already there on new and you want to hold it, you kind of want to just do corners. This is another indoor hill. You might want to have 2 people in the hill at all times on this one, without a doubt. Just snake wherever and play whatever corner. Usually I'm an AR, bro. I like to lay down right here, and I'd like watch Freezer. And I lay down because they can't see me from side door, and I can pick up some of the cat room because they won't wide chow this. They wide chow this, so it's kind of free kills. Um, and yeah, you can have like literally anyone in one of these corners. I like to have an AR as well back here watching mid, and it covers him from getting hit from this way. And you can have a sub or an AR right here, and what this does is it picks up the mid rotations, but it also picks up this plat cross all the way through the back. You can pick up the entire cross right here, all from this spot right here. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, like this little trash can that you can jump on right there. Just jump on that. Stay as close to the wall as possible. Use that, bro. It's super ratty. It's great. Catches people all the time and just fucks up this whole rotation through the back. Because this guy doesn't have to worry about it. This guy can hold the back and help hold close. He holds this entire mid area, gets some of the cross, and then he gets that shit. He holds freezer and all that shit. Very easy to die right here, but it's also very easy to hold as well. So I'll kind of just hold it like that, and then this guy can kind of help this way, play a corner right here and help hold cat room. And if you want to play something a little bit more creddy, because this is kind of like an end of the hill kind of hold right here, you can still like do that. But off the start, you can probably just have someone like, you can have someone, you literally have someone right here doing that, but he can get caught from right here. Probably just snake right here, just do this, and have someone snake right here and just do that, and then it'll just be impossible to break. Play super ratty. You can also jump on top of here, on top of the water fountain. That's still a good play. And use that. You can lay down as close to this as possible, preempt the door. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of plays here. And yeah, that's a pretty easy hold. Try to have 2 people on every indoor hill as possible. Rotations are like meh on this P3 to P4. You know what I'm saying? I personally, this is what I do. Like if we're getting out early, we just get out early. We run straight to the hill. You cut straight through mid. You go to the hypotenuse. You go the longest, quote unquote, the longest way, but it's like the quickest way because the hypotenuse. You just cut through everything, right? That's just if you get out early. You get kills. You get out early, right? But if you want to win the rotation, like off hold or whatever, I kind of like to rotate through bedroom side, treat it like an S&D, and you break it through that way. Because if you guys know this nade spot right here, where you just throw over right here and it hits right here, use that to your advantage. I'm usually old, laying down right here, right? My teammates are breaking this way, because we can hold the hill from Godheady, and you could just have like one guy right here, one guy needs to hold mid, and that's like really it. And if they're spawning like back spall, it's fucking over. They're just getting spawn trapped P4 over and over again, and it's impossible for them. But this is also one of those hills where you kind of want someone main desk if possible. Yeah, absolutely main desk if possible. So usually if I'm rotating, I'll go from here, I'll go top cat, I'll just pick up his mid, he helps chow time, and I'll go all the way through top here, and then we'll just fight time together. Like that's just what we'll do. Sometimes they'll spawn bottom bed as well on this one. It gets very risky. That's why I like to go this way and block it. So they can spawn absolutely on this side of the map, and we know where they're coming from. And then
Good
yeah,
job, yeah.
just have one Godheady, one fucking D2. This is D1, this is D2. Make sure you remember that. Um, and then this guy can watch Spall. You can have this guy in a corner. This guy can pick up mid. You have this guy up top because you can be up top and still watch this back area. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I usually find someone sitting on Godheady almost impossible to break, and that's super easy to hold. And then if you, like I said, if you can have someone get into, you can work together, try and break main desk here, and then do that. And then if you do that, then they will flip spawns and they'll spawn bottom bed. Those are absolutely the 2 main spawns to look out for, right here and right here. Those are the 2 most common spawns, so make sure you're always looking out for that. And then rotations, again, if you can get out early, you just go as fast as possible. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a lot of kills. You're smoking your opponent. You just run straight to the new hill, kind of, John. If you want to be focused on your like your life and make sure you're blocking spawns and stuff like that, take the long routes. I usually take a route like when in doubt, take a long route. That's my saying. So instead of going through any of the mid routes, cat, single arch, double arch, connectors, shit like that, I usually go around this way to from P4 to P5, and like I said, you can do that on every hill. When in doubt, take the long route. Um, and you can just get both ways because the main spawns for both. There's good teams play for these spawns usually because that's the closest spawn to the hill. That's what like Aiden and Shoxy and them do. But there's also a common spawn which is like right here and like right here that comes as well. Um, that you don't want to deal with. So it kind of just doesn't matter for the most part. It also is a pretty good pinch late if you want to go through mid. If you got the kill mid, you just want to double up, double arch right here, and then you want to break, kind of like this, um, and have like a great little pinch coming in like that. You flood, and then you get it. If you're here early, you're playing ratty as fuck. My favorite thing to do is I choose based on how you're reading spawns. Make sure you're always reading spawns that way, based on where your opponents are spawning, right, or where you're spawning. Um, Zama, this is good for you because you like to sit in hill with an AR like I do, bro. Like I literally sit in this corner, stay crouched, don't lay down, don't stand up, stay crouched. Crouch is the safest way to do it. Right here, and you pre-aim this, or based on the spawns and where the opponents are coming on, right here, and you pre-aim this. Best spot ever in the world. I swear to God, I shit on so many people and hold a lot of hill time doing it. It's great for holding scrap time. It's good for rotations, the whole nine. So I usually do that. I catch a lot of people off guard. Sometimes I'll be in a 1v3 and our opponent's trying to break the hill and they'll ignore me and they'll be like right here because they think I'm on this side and I just get a free double. You know what I'm saying? So that shit's pretty good. If we're breaking the hill, yeah, I already did the break as well. Um, and then yeah, obviously hold shit. You know what I'm saying? If you need to like lay down, lay off shit and help someone do that. Snake all these fucking headies. These headies are insanely snakeable. It's actually crazy. Um, and then for rotation for P6, again, if you get out quick, you get out quick. You don't need to hold bedroom. I kind of like when my opponent spawns Spall. I think that's the best spawn to abuse and spawn trap on. So what you want to do is when you can and you break the P5, you push through and block kitchen spawns and get kitchen spawns ASAP. And then what you do is you do a slow rotation this way. You have, I like to lay down behind this little box right here, and I'll lay down and watch mid. I'll have someone not back steps, but yeah, someone's gonna have to watch like this area, which this guy can do as well because he can chow it. But I think usually, someone, you could be like back here and you can watch it. Um, you could have someone holding mid aggressively like this if they can get out, but realistically, you'll just hold mid like this. You know what I'm saying? You do that, you have someone chow top from back here watching it, and then if you can get a sub to push into bed, that'd be fine as well. Play close corners, whatever. You need to have someone watching the bottom. So I'd probably say the best possible positioning is you have an AR back here. He's watching everything. He's watching court. He's watching bottom. You can even have like, damn, bro. There's so many options on this one. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I think this is the best spot to contest from right here. I think this is a great hiding spot. It's very hard to kill people here. They don't expect you to be there. I think you just need to make sure you pick up bottom bed and bottom plat. Absolutely. You need to pick up mid. And you need to have one person pick up kitchen. So
Are you going over strats with AR right now?
I'm going to stress that this is everyone. This is everyone. So, but yeah. You want to do, yeah, you want to make sure you pick up only 3 lanes. Mid, kitchen, and bottom bed for the main part. The guy's top bed will focus on that. And you can have a guy here watching top bed like this. And then this guy can help watch. Yeah, yeah. If you're right here, yeah. If you're right here watching top, you can also pick up bottom from this position, and you're picking up some of kitchen and shit like that. And it'll be very common for your opponents to push kitchen. And then when it flips, and you're spawning this way, and say your opponents are getting mid control and they're getting back kitchen control, you can just use this corner. Remember, this corner is very easily visible from the bottom of the hill, from bottom right here. You can kind of just get a free kill right here, if you know they're in that corner. This is a pretty good corner to play. You can lay down like right here and like pre-aim this. Just remember, they'll do the jump up right here. That's free pickings. Absolutely free pickings if they do that. They'll also be trying to chow this way, so I usually try and stay down. And I usually like to lay down. If you guys want to win more gunfights and just play your life more often, you snake as much as possible. You use your nades every single life. You are laying down on the ground as much as possible. You're playing every single corner as much as possible. The rattier, the better. This is why I wanted S&D kids on my team, because they understand how to play their lives absolutely. They have movement to play their lives. They know the positionings that will give them the best chance of winning gunfights. Like, that's what you want to do. I want people sitting in corners, snaking as much as possible, using their nades, like the entire 9. I want everything that we can use to be rat, to be corny, all of it. We need to be as
Yeah.
corny as fucking possible when it comes to winning gunfights, because at the end of the day, that's how you win shit. I have never been good at the game. Period. End of story. But I'm smart as fuck and will put myself in the best position to win every gunfight possible. That's what it's about. You want to always put yourself in the right positions and know where your opponents are coming from and where your teammates are spawning and how you can use that to your advantage, right? Use everything you have to your advantage at all times. You have a mini map there. Even though there's no red dots, you have a mini map there that tells you where your teammates are spawning, and because of that, it tells you where your opponents are spawning, where they're going to be rotating from, how you can be holding these hills on the time. Like you have the time left on the hills, so you can use that to predict all those kinds of things. That's what you need to be using all the information as much as possible. And basically, what you want to do is simply rotate when you can. If not, you play for as much hill time as possible. I will give you guys, just before I go, there's two theories. You guys can use it. You guys should be using it in between the games. But there's two theories on how to play COD. The new theory, it's a new generation of COD. This is Vanguard, Cold War types of playing, Respawn, Hardpoint, is basically you keep chowing old as much as possible to win as much time as possible, and you use that time that you abused chowing old and shit to create more time for you to chow New Hill late. And you always chow shit together as a team. You're always going in twos or fours. You're throwing all your nades and shit like that. You're snaking everything. That's that type of shit. The old generation of COD is it hits 30 seconds, everyone starts rotating unless you're already in the old hill or if you're like getting pickoffs or something. You rotate early, you set up early, you pick up the lanes, and you wait for people to come your way. You just use those intermittently. So if you're spawning with less than 30 seconds and you know you lost rotations, just chow old. Get all the much old time as you need, bro. Use those kills to your advantage so then you can push up slowly and predict where they're coming from and kill them off spawn. Get picks off spawn if you can spawn them out or split spawn them or whatever. And then you break the new hill using that. Or if you spawn with more than 30 seconds left and you're kind of winning rotations, just rotate too. You know what I'm saying? Or if everyone's already rotated, you help chow old. Parasite has an idea that I took from him when I was coaching with him, is that you always want one person chowing old at all times to get the old time. You want one person that's getting like cross pickoffs. So I'll use the kitchen hill for example, right? What you want to do is you want to have one person rotate at 30 seconds. This person's going to be on the most important position on the map. He's either blocking spawns or he's on a part of the map, in this case, reception desk, where it's impossible to break if you cannot have that control. Like you need position of that to hold that hill. That person rotates to that at 30 seconds. The second person rotates around 25 seconds to the hill. He's blocking the spawns if he needs to, or he's playing the hill time. And he's just sitting there with his teammate watching a lane. One person, like number 3 right here, he's playing the pickoffs, right? He spawns in a little late, around 20 or so seconds. He just goes to the mid-map cutoffs, and he's watching the cutoffs. In this case, the bedroom rotation, getting picks, right? And then one person chowing old to get scrap time. And that is the best possible way. That's the old generation. It's kind of in the new generation a little bit, but that's like the stereotypical way what the pros do on how to play these hard points. This way is much more individually based. This one's like I trust my teammates. I think they can win their ones kind of a deal. But if that's just not the case, you don't want to play this way. You want to play the let's hit old time together as a team. Let's fucking throw all of our nades. Let's get all this scrap time and then rotate together as a team. If you're playing a better team, you definitely want to do the let's just hit scrap time together with my team, old as fuck every single time. And if that's not working, and then you rotate to new early, if that makes sense. Because sometimes you'll just be putting the blender and chowing old's just not doing you well anyway. That's when you're like, all right, then we'll just go rotate new, that
Yeah.
type of shit. But those are the general theories and stuff like that. Um,